Hello, and thank you for being here again. This time I wanted to speak to you about the existence of God and its essential nature as far as our lives are concerned. I wanted to talk about this because many people regard God and the relationship with God as an optional extra in life. But I hope that this talk will help you to see just how essential God's role in our world is. First of all, with the very existence of God, I find it interesting that sometimes when people tell me that they doubt the existence of God, there's a very simple path to take them on of thought that helps them to arrive at the fact that they actually does make sense to believe in God. What I often say to them is, suppose we're at a gathering of a very large number of people and I find a wallet on the floor. How would I determine who the wallet belongs to? And normally, obviously, the way we do this is we go and say, I found a wallet. If anyone can come and tell me what it's like and what it contains, I'll give it to you. And then supposing a person comes forward and they know what the wallet looks like, what it's made of, and they describe the contents correctly, most people would regard it as perfectly logical that I would then give them the wallet. And the reason I think this is logical is because the possibility of guessing what a wallet is made of and what color it is, what it looks like, what's in it, is pretty difficult. And so if we turn and say, but when you look at nature and how intricate it is and how varied it is and how wonderful it is, how can we believe that this was pure chance that all of this came about and that there was nothing behind it? And this something that's behind it we call God. This is also something that St. Francis of Assisi spoke of when he spoke about God, about nature. He said that nature was the first gospel because so much of God can be found there. And I think most people have had the experience of, especially if you live in a city or in a crowded place, if you go out into the country, into nature, and spend a day out there in nature, walking around, taking time to sit down, and so on, you return home far more peaceful and very often sleep much better than you usually do after such a day. And I believe that that's because not only has the earth grounded you because of your contact with it, but it's been in this creation of God where you can feel God's presence very strongly if you immerse yourself in it. And so we have to say, well, why is this existence of God so essential for our being? Well, you see, in the world, if there were no God, then I could say, well, my opinion it has the same value as anyone else's opinion. And so even if my opinion seemed to be offline for you and completely absurd, if that is my opinion, your opinion has no greater value than mine because we are both simply humans. Which means that whatever people have done in the past, whatever atrocities they may have performed, if they believed that was, or if their opinion was that that was what they ought to be doing, one cannot fault them because there is no absolute. It is only that it's a matter of your opinion, my opinion, and whatever might come out of that. And so we can see what chaos can come about in life if we can't accept that there's a God and we have this openness to whatever opinion may come along. We're in trouble. There has to be an absolute truth, an absolute reality that people need to adhere to for there to be life where we can coexist on this planet. And in this situation of having God and knowing of his importance. Of course, it's no good knowing that, but then not applying it in our lives. Because even if I may grant that there is a need for this ultimate authority, which, as I say, we call God, if I don't apply that in my life, that doesn't make sense, because I'm living as if there were no God. But just my relationship with God needs to be real. And in this situation, one of my favorite saints is Thomas the Doubter, the apostle who has often been spoken not so well about in sermons and so on, because he was seen as someone who doubted. And I say he's one of my favorite saints because I don't see him that as a doubter, but I see him as someone seeking a real relationship with God. Because when we form a relationship with anyone, it's important that we speak honestly, that we share honestly what we have inside of us, that we're sincere with one another. And so Thomas, when he was unsure of something, or when he needed affirmation of whatever it was that he was being asked to believe from God, and asked for it, that was not a negative thing. That was Thomas being honest and honestly seeking to understand and to believe. And so it is in our lives that we need never be afraid of questioning God, of asking him, but if this is true, how can that be when we come across a doubt about something? And in that way we create a true, honest, sincere relationship with him that can bear some fruit for us, that can give us some way of moving ahead and growing in our knowledge and love of God. And this will allow us to live a far more reasonable life, a life based on this ultimate truth, and lived the best way we can in this fragile world of ours. And so I hope this can help you in your growth towards knowing and loving God. And may God bless you. Thank you.